Hello everybody and welcome to the Creatrix YouTube channel. I welcome you all in a fresh session of analog electronics. And my dear friends, when I say we are going to learn analog electronics from the very basic, I mean it. We will be learning from the very basic level to the very advanced level along with a lots and lots of questions. So before we do that, let me first introduce myself for my friend who is meeting me for the first time. My dear friends, my name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR1 twice in GATE in 2014 and 2018. I was awarded the President of India Gold Medal in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Till date, I have trained more than 1 lakh students in the online and the offline classes and presently working as a director at an academy for GATE department. But my dear friends, the reason behind this series is because of the huge demand of analog electronics and the belief that whenever you ask for anything, we are there to deliver. Yes, my dear friends, we are here for you. We are here delivering for you. And when we say it, we will support you to the very fullest level. And this series will help you crack GATE with the top rank. It will enable ECE student to get 12 out of 12 and 5 out of 5 for electrical students. So my dear friends, if you want to learn with us live, then you can join an academy using the code AnkitESE to get an immediate 10% discount. And not only, my dear friend, 10% discount, it also brings you under my guidance so that I can help you do something that I have done. I can at least take you near to this goal. Okay. So if you also dream the same thing, then join me in this journey on an academy subscription using the code AnkitESE. Now, my dear friend, if you like the content that I deliver, you can watch more of my free videos on this URL, tinyurl.com/AnkitESE. Here you will find all my videos arranged subject-wise, chapter-wise, and you will find great content for free. And you are definitely going to love it. You are definitely going to enjoy. It not only includes conceptual videos, but it also includes problem-solving sessions. So just visit this once and you will fall in love with this URL. Don't forget it. It is a lifeline for you. And if you love the content that we are delivering on YouTube, we have created the first ever video book for you guys, where you will find all the videos along with all the notes that we provide arranged subject wise, chapter wise. So now, my dear friends, your dreams are no longer dreams. They are becoming a reality because you are getting a top quality course, well arranged, well structured, and that too for free. So what can be better than that? What can be better than that? Nothing, my dear friends. So we have empowered the dreams of those who earlier used to think that only the person with a huge amount of money can crack GATE with a top rank. No, my dear friends, that is not the case. Even you can do. Even you can do it. But yes, just you need to believe in yourself and visit this link. But remember, this is a case sensitive link, so write this in uppercase. Other than that, if you join plus subscription, you get all the top educators like me teaching you live in daily lectures, along with providing you daily practice paper, weekly quiz, test series, previous year question, practice question, crash course, rank improvement batch, and most importantly, clearing your each and every doubt. So if you join plus subscription, it is an entire world inside it. So you don't have to look outside. Once you enter plus, every need of yours will be taken care of, and we will make your journey as smooth as possible towards that destination of getting under 100, under 10 rank. Believe me, my friend, you leave that strategy part to us. You leave the content part to us. You just work hard and we will make sure that you obtain the top rank in GATE and ESE. And Iconic is a big brother of Plus. Yes, this is a little brother. So Iconic gives you everything that the Plus subscription gives, along with much more. The major part of Iconic is this personal coach, a person dedicated to you on a daily basis to get you the top rank, guiding you, getting your schedule design, making your strategy. Everything that you need to get the top rank is being done by this personal coach. He'll also create a study planner for you, which you can follow blindly and reach your destination with utmost ease. They will be analyzing your test result and tell you where you are lacking, how you can improve. So that way, my dear friend, everybody else will get a standard analysis, but you will get an analysis just tailor-made for you. Along with it, we have included study material additionally, theory and question bank, and soon we'll be introducing interview guidance into this. So this will become a complete package for a student who wants to take that journey from being an average student to sitting into a PSU or a MTech seat. So for them, this journey will be just like driving a Lamborghini to work. So that sort of a experience, that sort of a royal experience we are going to give you. So let's move on to the lecture, and if you want to join Unacademy, just make sure you use the code AnkitESE to get my guidance as well as to get 10% over and above whatever Unacademy offers you. So now let's move on to the lecture, dear friends, and let's see what we have in store for you.
Hi guys. In the previous video, I told you about two concepts, the operation of MOSFET as a switch, and we discussed about the concept of CMOS inverter. In this video, what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of the previous gate problem that have appeared from the topic of CMOS inverter. Okay. So let us start with the first problem. In the CMOS inverter circuit shown, if the transconductance parameters are given as Kn and Kp, both are equal to 40 microampere per volt square, and their threshold voltages are 1 volt. That means both transistors are exactly identical. I told you in CMOS, if both transistors are identical, Vm is actually equal to VDD by 2, that is 2.5. Now see, it is asking us this current I. The input voltage is 2.5. And at midpoint, we know that both PMOS and NMOS, both the transistors operate in saturation region. That is why this I will be, if I talk about NMOS, Kn VGSN minus VTN square. Kn is 40 microampere per volt square into VGS. Gate voltage is 2.5, source voltage is 0. So 2.5 minus 0. VTN is 1. So 40 into 2.25, that is 90 microampere, or you can say 0.09 milliampere. So the answer would be 40. Sorry, it is actually W by L. So I have to take by 2 factor also. So it will be 90 by 2, that is 45 microampere. If it was W by 2L, I would have used directly, but it is giving us W by L. So you have to divide it by a factor of 2. Is it fine? Moving to the next problem, it says, when the gate voltage of NMOS is increased from 0 while the gate voltage of PMOS is kept at 3 volt. This transistor is NMOS. This is your PMOS. The gate voltage of PMOS is kept at 3 volt and the NMOS is made as increased from 0. Now both the threshold voltages are 1 volt and the transconductance parameter is also equal to 1 milliampere and 1 milliampere per volt square. Now it is asking for small increase in Vg beyond 1 volt. Which of the following gives correct description of the region of operation? So it means if we increase Vg just above 1 volt, which is the region of operation. So how do we do this? See. First I'll write VGS of NMOS. It is Vg because source voltage is 0. VSG of PMOS. It is 5 minus 3 equal to 2 volt. VDS of NMOS. It is V0. VSD of PMOS is 5 minus V0. We know about these voltages. Now let us say that if Vg is less than 1 volt. If Vg is less than 1 volt, then the gate to source voltage of NMOS is less than the threshold voltage. If it is less than the threshold voltage, your NMOS transistor is in cutoff. If NMOS transistor is in cutoff, the current is 0. If the current is 0, the source to drain voltage of PMOS must also be 0. If the source to drain voltage of PMOS is 0, V0 will be 5 volt. What I mean to say is the drop between source and drain must be 0, V0 will be 5 volt. And if VSD is 0, then that means PMOS is in linear mode. Remember, this is the first mode that we studied, the first case that we studied in CMOS inverter. If the input voltage is less than the threshold voltage of NMOS, then PMOS is in linear mode and NMOS is in cutoff mode. Now what happens if VG is slightly greater than 1? If it is slightly greater than 1, then what happens? VGS of N is more than VTN, due to which now NMOS is on. Since the difference of VGSN and VTN is small, the current ID is small. That is what I told you earlier also, due to which V0 is slightly less than VDD. So I'll assume that V0 is suppose 4.9 volt and VDD is 5 volt. Now I am assuming Vin is slightly greater than 1.1. So if I talk about VGSN, VGSN is Vin 1.1, VDSN it is V0 4.9. So VDSN is greater than VGSN minus VTN. 4.9 is greater than 1.1 minus 1 or 0.1. So this type of MOSFET is in saturation. What about VSGP? It was 2 volt. What about VSDP? 5 minus 4.9, that is 0.1 volt. So you can say that VSDP is less than VSGP minus mod VTP. So that means it is in linear. You could have marked this answer directly because I have already told you about the modes of the CMOS inverter. When you go slightly greater than 1 VTN, then PMOS is in linear and NMOS is in saturation. If you know all the 5 operating modes, then you can always answer such kind of problem. Now the next part of this question is we need to find V0 for VG equal to 1.5. So if VG is 1.5, which is greater than VTN, in that case we already know that NMOS is in saturation and PMOS is in linear region. So what is the answer to the first question? It will be D. NMOS is in saturation and PMOS is in triode or linear region. Now what we know is that the drain current of both the transistor must be same because their drains are connected together. What is the drain current of PMOS? 2 kp, or let me write just as kp, into VSGP minus mod VTP, VSD minus VSD square by 2 should be equal to Kn by 2 because it is in saturation, VGSN minus VTN whole square. Now Kp and Kn both are given as 1 milliampere per volt square. So this will get cancelled. Okay. Why I am not taking Kp as 2 Kp? Because it is saying product with W by L. It means it is saying that the product mu n COX W by L is 1 milliampere per volt square. If here it was written as W by 2L, if it was written as W by 2L, then I would write here 2 Kp. But anyways it will get cancelled, so it will be same. So what is VSG of P? 5 minus 3, it was 2 minus 1. Take this 2 on the left hand side. VSD. VSD was 5 minus V0 minus 5 minus V naught square by 2. Now VGSN is 1.5 minus VT. Now assume suppose 5 minus V naught equal to X. Let me write it as X. So what I'll say, 2 into X minus X square by 2 equal to 0.25. Or you can say X square minus 2X plus 0.25 equal to 0. When you find out the roots of this equation, you will find that X is minus minus plus 2 plus minus under root B square 4 minus 4AC 1 by 2. Or you can say 1 plus minus root 3 by 2. Now we can calculate V naught as 5 minus X, and it should be slightly less than VDD because we have slightly increased the value of VG. It should not be very less. So X value that I will take will be 1 minus root 3 by 2. So it will be 4 plus root 3 by 2. The answer of V naught should be 4 plus root 3 by 2. Is my point clear to you? Because what I am saying is that V naught should be slightly less than VDD. But again, you should first check the answer once more to verify whether your assumption of PMOS in linear region is correct or not. How we will check that? For PMOS, VSG is 2 volt. VSG minus VT is 1 volt. But what about VSD? It is 5 minus V naught, that is X. So this X must be less than, X must be less than 1. If X is less than 1, then X has to be taken as 1 minus root 3 by 2. X cannot be greater than 1 minus root 3 by 2 because X must be less than 1 for PMOS to be in linear region. Are you getting my point? Let me write it again if you are not able to understand. What I am telling is, in the previous figure, if you see, VSG is 5 minus 3, that is 2. So for linear region, what I need? VSD less than VSG minus mod VTP. This VSD is 5 minus V naught, which I have assumed X. It should be less than 2 minus 1, that is 1. So X must be less than 1, and so we have to take X as 1 minus root 3 by 2. So this will be the answer. Next question. In the CMOS circuit shown, electron and hole mobilities are equal. M1 and M2 are equally sized. So mu n is equal to mu p. W by L n equal to W by L p. That means you can say Kn is equal to Kp. We need to find when the device M1 will be in linear region. Now I told you one thing. What did I tell you earlier is, initially PMOS is in linear and NMOS goes from cutoff to saturation. So PMOS is in linear region for V in less than a certain value X. Which of the option is in that manner? The only option in that manner is A. V in is less than a certain value, and this value, see, when both transistors are identical, because their threshold voltages are same as well as Kn equal to Kp. In that case, the midpoint voltage is VDD by 2. We know at Vin equal to Vm, both are in saturation. So that means this value X must be less than Vm or VDD by 2. So Vin must be less than a certain value, and that certain value should be less than VDD by 2. So the only appropriate answer is A. VDD by 2 is 2.5 volt. So it must be less than a certain value, and that certain value should be less than 2.5. So here you don't need to do exact calculation. You can always estimate it based on options. Next question. In the following circuit employing pass transistor logic, all NMOS transistors are identical with threshold voltage 1 volt. We need to find output voltage at P, Q and R. I told you in such kind of question Vs is equal to minimum of Vd and Vg minus Vt. So first of all, if I want to find the voltage at P, what is the drain voltage? 5, gate minus threshold, 5 minus 1, that is 4. Now this Vp will work as the drain voltage of the second one. So for second, what you will write? Minimum of Vp and 5 minus 1. Vp is 4, 5 minus 1 is also 4. So minimum will be 4. Vr. For that, the Q point voltage will work as the drain voltage, Vq and 5 minus 1. Again Vq is 4, 5 minus 1 is also 4. So it is 4. So the answer would be C. All the three voltages will be 4 volt. Moving on to the next problem, it says, for the MOSFET shown, the threshold voltage Vt is 2 volt. The conductance parameter is given. See, the factor of 2 is given here. 0.1 milliampere per volt square. We need to find ID. See, the voltage at the topmost terminal is 12 volt. What is the voltage here? The current in the gate terminal is 0, which means these two resistances are in series. If the two equal resistances are in series, they will share the voltage equally. The voltage here is 6 volt. The voltage here will also be 6 volt. That means the voltage here is 0 volt. The voltage here is 6 volt. This is your PMOS. This is NMOS. Now what is the value of VGS for NMOS? The gate voltage is 0 and the source voltage is minus 5. So it is 5 volt. Now this VGSN is greater than threshold voltage. So that means NMOS is on. Now what is VGSN minus VTN? 5 minus 2, that is 3. Suppose this is V0. What about VDSN? It is V0 plus 5. V0 minus 5. So can I say this? VDSN will definitely be greater than VGSN minus VTN. V0 plus 5 will definitely be greater than 3. So NMOS is in saturation. If NMOS is in saturation, I can write ID as K VGSN minus VTN square. K is 0.1, VGSN is 3. Sorry, VGSN minus VTN is 3 square. So 0.9 milliampere. As simple as that. So what I have done? I have first identified the region of operation of the NMOS transistor and then applied simply the current equation. Next one. A CMOS inverter is designed with equal rise and fall time beta n equal to beta p. Beta n equal to beta p means Kn equal to Kp. It can also be written as beta. If the width of PMOS transistor is increased, we need to find the effect on low noise margin and high noise margin. I told you the midpoint voltage is given as VDD minus mod VTP plus VTN root Kn by Kp by 1 plus under root Kn by Kp. This was the equation. Now if you see, we are increasing the width of PMOS. If you are increasing WP, the W by L of PMOS is increasing, or you can say Kp increases. Now what will be the effect of increase in Kp on this Vm? For that, let me take one case. Suppose the threshold voltages are equal. Earlier, let me assume that Kn and Kp are same. So how much will this come out to be? 2.5 volt. Now let me say that I am increasing the value of Kp. Suppose I make the value of Kp as, let us say 2 instead of 1. So now how much will it become? 4 plus root 2 over 1 plus root 2. 5.414 by 2.414. Okay. Now this value will be less than 2.5 volt. Even if you want to check, it will come out to be less than 2.5 volt. That means Vm is reducing. Now in the transfer characteristics that I showed you, I am drawing a small figure to show the transfer characteristics. It was like this. This was your Vm. This value was VIL and this value was VIH. Now Vm is reducing, that means it is moving to left. So what you can say, if it is moving to left, VIL is reducing as well as VIH is also reducing. So noise margin low is VIL minus VOL. VIL is reducing, so it is reducing. Noise margin high, VOH minus VIH. VIH is reducing, so it is increasing. So you can say NML reduces but NMH increases. So the answer to this problem would be A. Okay. So whenever you want to check the effect on noise margin, you have to find out the midpoint voltage. Next question. A CMOS inverter is designed to have a midpoint voltage equal to half of VDD and VDD is 3 volt. We have been given mu n COX and mu p COX, VTN and VTP. We need to find the ratio of their W by L ratios. We know that at midpoint voltage, both transistors are in saturation. That means since both are in series, their drain currents will be same. Mu p COX W by L of P due to saturation of factor of 2. What is the source to gate voltage of PMOS? If you remember the figure, this is midpoint voltage. What is the source to gate voltage? VDD minus VM. VM is VDD by 2. So VDD minus VDD by 2. Minus threshold voltage, which is 0.9 volt for PMOS. Then mu n COX by 2. W by L ratio of NMOS. What is the gate to source voltage of NMOS? It is VM. VM is VDD by 2. Minus threshold voltage of NMOS is 0.7. Now here mu n COX is 100. This 2 gets cancelled. So 40 into W by L of P. VDD is 3 minus 1.5, that is 1.5 minus 0.9, 0.6. Mu n COX is 100. W by L n. VDD by 2 is 1.5. So 0.8 square. From here, if you calculate W by L of NMOS divided by W by L of PMOS, so it is 40 into 0.36 by 100 into 0.64. So 9 by 16, 360 by 1600, 36 by 160, 9 by 40. If it is 9 by 40, how much will it come out to be? 0.225. So that is the ratio of aspect ratios of PMOS and the NMOS. Okay. So if you remember the operating regions of CMOS inverter at different values of input voltage, the questions based on CMOS inverter are very simple. You just have to remember the analysis of CMOS inverter. So this is all from this video. I hope now CMOS inverter does not seem like a daunting topic to you. Thank you.
For 12 months, the pricing is 3250, but if you apply the code Ankit ESE, it becomes 27225. For 18 months, it will be 34650, and for 24 months, 39600. Believe me, my dear friend, this is the most affordable pricing, and the longer duration subscriptions are more cost effective as compared to shorter duration. Like here, it will cost you 1650 per month. Okay, this will be 2000 per month approx. This will be around 2250 per month. Then if you go for Iconic for 12 months, it is 5250 with code Ankit ESE, it becomes 45225, and 2 year subscription becomes 66600. So the choice is yours, but take a longer duration subscription for more cost effective solution and to give GATE and ESE at least 2 times, so that if you once crack GATE, in the next attempt you can even get ESE. And other than that, my friends, you can download the Unacademy Learning app right now, because there we provide live classes for free, test series and live quizzes for free. And once you download it, make sure that you follow this profile. This is my profile, so that whenever I come live, you will get the notification. And this is the Telegram channel for our team. Here you will find all the lecture links, all the lecture files, and all the links for the special classes. Other than that, my friend, my personal Telegram channel also you can join, t.me/GateAIR1. Here you can get in touch with me and we can take this journey together. Okay. Other than that, we have other YouTube channels like Mechanical, Civil and Telugu, JEE channel, Computer Science, Gate Question and Electrical Junction, Pathshala and GS Terminal. Electrical Junction contains short videos of great concepts. Pathshala provides you animated content. JEE preparation can be done through these 2 channels, Unacademy SSC JEE and GS Terminal. And you can refer the other channels to the other friends in respective branches, so that they can also be benefited. At last, I would like to say, please share, like and subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel, and not only subscribe, press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever a new video comes. And share these videos among all your college group, among all your friends, so that we can create the first ever revolution of free education in field of GATE and ESE. Thank you to everybody for dedicating time to watching this video. Please move on to the next one as well, and take the benefit of all the free content that we are providing. And in case you have completed the series, do make sure you watch the other subjects available on this channel. Thank you.